So simple to do. This is Mark Lubragge. Welcome back.
Hey, buddy. Nice to see you, always.
Mark has been a dear friend for many years. He's a tool guy.
Yeah, for many, many years.
This is a serious tool that makes do-it-yourself easy and safe.
And safe, you know, and it's funny you say the 20 volt. I have the 20 volt home as well,
right.
The older version. It has never failed me. It has always worked, always cut what I've wanted it to cut, and they've stepped it up and they've added 4 more volts. The house you're probably sitting in right now was probably built with 18 volt power tools. This is 24 volts of power and an 8-inch cutting blade, and all you have to do is put it on there and give the and pull the trigger. I'm not pulling it down. I'm just letting the weight of the saw do the cutting.
How high up was it? Maybe 9 feet?
Yeah, that's probably about 9 feet, but I can go probably up to 12 to 15, depending, because it extends.
I'm a short guy.
Yeah.
I don't like heights to begin with. Being on a ladder with a chainsaw is a recipe for somebody getting hurt. You can be flat-footed on the ground and reach 12 feet in the air or higher.
Or higher, yep.
And that battery is rechargeable. This is the time of year where you want to use this. And what you get, you're getting the chainsaw. Sunjo, by the way, their color is green.
Yeah.
That's what's out there in the industry. Our price is $149.90. This is new to QVC. This sells for a lot more than $149 out in the hardware stores. We also have red and blue, which are exclusive to QVC. Sunjo has been a part of what we do, our family, for years. Because of that, they give us some added bonuses. You're going to need some chainsaw, what they call bar oil.
Bar chain oil. Just lubricates the chain. Has nothing to do with mixing with gas or anything like that.
Exactly. And we give you a little bit to get you started. You can buy it at any hardware store. We're going to give you the eye protection because you need to use it. They have a 2-year warranty on a chainsaw.
Right.
That's unheard of.
Right.
And because you bought it here at QVC,
exactly,
they gave you an extra year. That's a 3-year warranty.
Which is unheard of. You're right. But that just speaks to the quality of a Sunjo product, right? And Joe, there's a real Joe Cohen. He looks at items and he says, how can I make them better? How can I make them different? How can I make them more useful? And this is a great example of that because I can stay on the ground. I don't need to get on the ladder. And I agree with you. Being on a ladder with a chainsaw is just unnerving. Right? This is probably about a 3-inch, maybe 3-inch branch. Just on the one charge alone, I can make 24 of those cuts. 24. So I can bring down 24 branches. Yep. Dead branches, decaying branches. You know, we all have them in the trees. Maybe there's some storm damage. You need to cut it down. I can charge it up in 79 minutes. I can clean up, do some of the groundwork, come back.
79 minutes.
Yeah, that fast it'll charge up.
An hour and 20-minute charge time. Not overnight, not a couple days, which means you are now independent and can get these jobs done for yourself. We've had some wicked storms. So is a lot of other areas of the country. So cleanup becomes important, and whether it is a great gift idea, by the way, it's the box on this one will stand out under the tree, won't it?
Oh, for sure.
All right. Or it's something you purchase for yourself to be able to use this fall. You're going to love the quality of the item. Here's one other consideration. The company of Sunjo makes great garden equipment, lawn and maintenance equipment for your yard. They don't make the chainsaw blade. They went to a company that is the leading company in chainsaw blade manufacturing.
Joe wanted to make sure that the business end of this was going to take care of the business, right? They went to Oregon Bar and Chain. Yep. It's not probably a name that you're familiar with.
If you're a lumberjack.
If you're in the lumber industry, if you're a mill, you know Oregon because that's the best quality you can get. That's what's on here. 24 volts of power. Look at the size of that branch you just brought down.
Yeah, we're not talking about twigs, although you'll be able to get twigs.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, you can, look, it'll cut 7.5 inches in one pass. A 7.5 inch is something you could probably hang a tire swing on. Yeah. But if it's bigger than that, just work your way around it. It'll still go through it, just not in one pass. So big, small, doesn't matter. 24 volts on the other end. Those are the two things you really need to care about. You need to care about, do I have enough power and do I have a good quality blade? And you have both.
When these first came out, the very first one that we ever made available, you had to plug into an electrical cord. And I bought it. I bought it right away. Yeah. Because I knew that it would be great around my farm. But the problem is, it wasn't completely portable. When they came out with the new battery system, then I could go anywhere. I could go to the back acreage, and that's where my woods are, and trim through that. But now with 24 volt, I love this piece of equipment.
I mean, you're taking power with you. You're not just going and having portable. None
Agreed.
of this is needed anymore. No more ladder. No more
I'm
will I
too old
accidentally
for
cut through
hand
the cord.
saws,
Hand
okay?
saws, they're exhausting, right? You're not worrying about gas. You're not worrying about mess. You're not worrying about all that noise.
Let's do
this
some
is
cutting.
just so easy. Yeah, I mean, look, again, here's an even bigger brand.
And you let the weight of the saw, and it's not too heavy, and you just let gravity do the work for you.
That's it. You know what? It's not that heavy, but it's heavy where it needs it, right there. Which is not heavy, but you want the weight of the saw to do the cutting. You don't want to have to push down on it. And you don't have to push down on it. Just lay it on there, give it a pull. The saw, you can see it working its way into one pass.
You got to get that piece of bark. You'll make me crazy.
Here, I'll just pull it down.
This is the brand new Sunjoe rechargeable. It's a telescoping saw. Show the.
Yeah, let me show you that because it's, look.
By the way, they've got a new connector,
Right, even
which
easier.
is so much simpler than the last year's model.
This is it. It's just one little finger level. You just pull it up.
Yep.
That releases the pole. Pole comes all the way up, and I'll probably put this way out
wait,
of frame.
you want to do the second one?
Well, that's to hold this on. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the full thing, right? So all the way up.
Now, you'll also notice that the blade can change angle.
Yep.
And that makes it so much simpler to do your cutting.
That's
I'm
it.
impressed with
Yeah,
this.
because the higher you go, you start to lose your ability to get on top of the branch.
Right.
So that's why they put the angle in there. So now no matter how high I go, I'll put it down here. No matter how high I go, if this is 15 feet off the ground, so you can still get the angle on the branch to make the weight of the saw do the cutting. Because it's 24 volts, which is a significant amount of power.
Yep.
And it's, this is a very good chain. This will last you years of cutting. But if it ever gets dull, all these years of cutting, you can still take it to the hardware store. We used to sharpen them all the time.
You know, one of my favorite gifts to give is a gift to a guy buddy of mine
Yeah.
who doesn't watch QVC.
Right?
You know, that guy who goes, yeah, wait, you can't get tools from QVC.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Right.
Because you give them a gift like this and they'll use it, they'll appreciate it, but you got that I told you so factor that all men love to have.
Well, exactly. Plus, they look at something like this and say, what is that?
Yeah,
Right?
yep,
It's not a chainsaw.
Yeah.
It's not that thing I know that I use all the time. But it is. It's not a toy. It's an organ. It may be even better quality if you think about it. The bar and a chain, it may be better quality than the chainsaw that they've been using.
Yeah.
And it's so much more versatile because it's so much more portable.
I have not used a regular traditional chainsaw for trim work
Yeah.
in over 3 years.
Yeah, I agree. There's no reason to.
Because every spring I've got to take my regular chainsaws in and have them refurbished.
Yeah.
And it costs money. And trying to start a chainsaw when it's cold out is a pain. With this, you've got battery operation. I think it's a smarter way. And I love that you're separating yourself from the blade by a distance of more than 5 feet.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that is that
That's
easy.
good.
And I could just keep going time after time after time. The dead, the you said.
I'll tell you why today is the day you want to get it. This is brand new. It's my first opportunity to be able to present it because today we have this wonderful Easy Pay promotion going on where everything at QVC2 and QVC1 and the Beauty Channel, even online, is on 6 Easy Pay payments. But that all goes